I made 500% from a stock. Woo! This is the normal thing you'll see online, how people make a lot of money buying a stock. And today I will be sharing a personal experience, long-term investing, short-term investing, share my own personal experience with you, and you know that it is not always I made 500% for 300. At times, we actually crack. Hi, my name is Deborah. I am in your life so that you can invest matter, laugh other, and ball other. If money matters to you, you are in the right place. What is short-term and what is long-term investment? Let me tell you a story that can explain it very well to you. Someone I know told me that, oh, this particular stock is going to go up. It's a penny stock. And he said, oh, they've done technical analysis for it. At the point, the stock was selling for 1 naira 80 kobo. That it could touch 5. I went to touch one of my long-term stock. Everyone can make mistake in the stock market. I went to touch one of my long-term stocks that I said I was never going to touch, with the hope that I'll buy the stock. It's going to move from 1.8 to 5. When it gets to 5, I will sell half of it and go back and buy my long-term stock. Are you with me, Sandra? Now, I was happy when I got the stock. In fact, when I entered at 1.8, it was going up. At 1.9, I said, let me add more. I added more. It went above 2, maybe 2.1. Then it started pulling back. This stock dropped from that 2, above 2, and it dropped to 1.47. Guess what? I bought a lot. I'm not going to tell you how much I bought. But it's not 300,000 naira. It's not 500,000 naira. I was seeing my money drop for something that is meant to be a short term. Short term, like I wanted to enter and get out in 2 weeks. This is more than 3 months. I am still there. Stopped. When I started dropping, I tried to de-risk. What is de-risk? Just reduce your risk. I sold half of what I bought. No, I sold about 40% of what I bought. Like, let me say 40%. This thing is coming down. Since I knew it was a long term, it was a short term cash that I put there. So I sold 40%. I wish I had sold all. I left the rest. Hoping it was going to touch 5 naira. 3.5 months after, I've seen this stock drop to 1.47. And I'm just like, Yakubu, manage. You feel like you want to die, but you not die. Shout and boom, I'll say a boom, and boom. Why did I share this story? Never touch your long-term stock for a swing trade. Never do that. Sadly, my beloved long-term stock that I sold it at 11 naira 40 kobo. I saw it move to 14 naira. Thankfully, it's pulling back. I've seen it at 11.55. I saw this stock at 11.3. Now, I am almost crying buying it back. I've started buying it back again, but I'm like, I saw this thing at 11.2. I am here buying at 11.55. And the thing has refused to drop lower. And it's my long-term stock. It's a must-have stock. I spent so much time researching on that stock. I cannot let it go. Now, a lot of my money is still stuck in my short-term stock, while I have to check it every day. How do I explain short-term? Short-term is something that will take away your peace of mind. Because every day when market opens and when market closes, I'm like, let me go and check this thing. Maybe I can sell. Maybe it has gone up. When market closes, how much is it close to there? I say, this stress is too much. Who sent me? So I'm like, I'm going to share my story because the regular thing, and another thing I could have done is sell at a loss. Maybe I'll sell at a loss because right now it's at 1.65. If I sit at 1.7, by the time I put my average entry is 1.88. By the time I put it together, it will be a lot of money. Actually, that will be losing maybe like 300,000 naira. But maybe I'll sell at a loss and redirect the money elsewhere. But that's a bitter lesson that I feel like crying. That I had to learn because I have to painstakingly buy my long-term stock that I had sold. Lesson number 1: long-term always win. If I was buying that stock for a long time, I won't be checking the price daily. I won't even care about the price movement. I have long-term stock that I don't even care about how much they open or close. Number 2, if you must do short-term, do it with a cash that you do not need. Because your short term of 2 weeks can become 4 months. 3.5 months later, I'm still trapped in this penny stock that I am not willing to hold for a long time because I do not need many penny stocks in my portfolio. I would prefer to sell from it, buy a stronger name, buy a defensive stock. I need no more penny stock. I have tantalizer. It's a penny stock because there's a particular allocation you should have for penny stock. That was just meant to be a swift trade. Short term will take your peace, will take your rest. It can show you shape gain. A short term stock can be related to heartbreak. And never do a short term with a lot of money. If there's something I've learned that if I do swing again, maybe I'll put 200,000 naira. If you like, if you do minus 40%, I can chest it. Maybe I'll put 300,000 naira. But in my real sense, with my common sense, I will not put 1.5 million naira to do short term again. I'll just put more money and I'm okay if it goes up or down, so I can just move on. And I will not remove the money from my long-term stock. Long-term stock, as the name implies, is a stock you hold for a long time. It could be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You may even want to pass it down to your children. I hope I am recording. I am. You may even want to pass it down to your children. Short term is, let's say, a month or 6 months. But note that you can enter into a short term stock and get trapped. That means right, you cannot sell. Or even if you have to sell in pain. You have to sell painstakingly at a loss. I've had to sell a stock at a loss before. But this time, justice. Dear Sandra, like, share, drop a comment, and send this to your friend that needs to hear this. Long term gives you peace of mind. You just buy, you move on, you are not worried about the up and down. And short term can also teach you brutal lessons. And for long term, at times you buy a stock for long term and it's rewarding you faster than you think. That's the best thing. Buying a stock and you get rewarded much faster than you can imagine. Imagine you buy a stock. People bought Jai's Bank 4 naira. I didn't buy Jai's Bank 4 naira, and they're like, I want to keep for 10 years. And 2 months later, I moved from 4 naira to 15 naira. The smart people took profit, took half of the money, left the rest, took half and looked for another good opportunity, put the money and invest, right? So that is the long term that rewarded you fast, but there are some short term that you can enter and you will be trapped. I would have mentioned the name of the stock. Actually, it's a good stock. I actually went to make my research after. It's a good stock, but because they are presently doing a right issue, it might hold down the price of the stock. It might just be moving sideways and not move because people are actually selling the stock they have that they bought low to buy right issue. So they are doing the right issue for the stock at 1 naira 32 kobo. So people that bought maybe at 1.6, they prefer to sell off at 1.6, take the right issue at 1.32 because of course they will have more units. It's a good stock. It has good fundamentals. I've taken my time to research it, but I do not have more space in my portfolio to hold more pennies. And as I said, the money was meant for a stronger name in my portfolio. So I hope that this personal story help you understand the risk in short-term investment and why long-term investment would always win. Anything can happen. And I would like to ask you, if your long-term stock rewards you more faster than you can think of, are you selling off and running away? Or you are like, nah, I'm gonna wait here? What do you think? Send this to your friend that needs to hear this, because knowledge is power in the stock market. In this video, I broke down stock market grammar. Click, watch, and enjoy. Remember right here, we don't gamble, we use our sense. Now go invest smarter, laugh harder, and ball harder. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely see you in my next one. Bye guys. I love you.